Good YouTube. Quinn Wade coming out with that instant NBA hot topic basketball analysis on Analysis Playground on YouTube, exclusively on YouTube forever. And we're going to talk about how Russell Westbrook decided to call it quits and retire from the NBA, although he did say if he had a chance and an opportunity to make an NBA roster, he was going to take it because he really loves playing the game of basketball. And then I wake up a couple hours ago, and the next thing you know, I see Russell Westbrook saying that he's retired. I'm like, wow, you actually had offers to continue to play from the Wizards and the Kings, is from what I hear. And he decides, nah, I'm just going to retire. I also wanted to say, rest in peace, Don Nelson, Nelly. Sadly for him, he ended up dying. We all got to die eventually, but at the end of the day, it was a sad day when that happened. Knowing how great he had of an impact on the game, his style, his way of coaching, the success he had as a coach throughout many years. It came to an end when it comes to his life. So rest in peace, Don Nelson. Other than that, Westbrook ended up ending with an 18-year season in the NBA. Was able to play for a really long time. Came into the game really young. At the same time, he walked away despite having offers on the table this offseason. The Sacramento Kings and the Washington Wizards had both presented offers to Russell Westbrook, but he chose to step away from the game on his own terms. Obviously, some people are going to look at it and say, well, the Kings, he played for them last year. They're not going to be that good. They're not going to be that great. And I agree with that. They have a lot of things that they still have to figure out. They have a lot of things that they're doing with the roster that you're just going to have another losing season, and it's not going to be as fun and as enjoyable as you would like if you're in Westbrook and some of those players' shoes, because a lot of players feel like if I can't compete, or we getting blown out, or we getting embarrassed, we're not happy. The fans not happy. The organization not happy. The coaching staff not happy. The trainers not happy because they got to hear how bad they suck. So I can see why he would turn down Sacramento based off the season that they had last year. And this year should be a little bit better, but probably not that far from being just like last year. But the Wizards, a lot of people look at them as a team that should be able to make the playoffs. Nobody really feels that way about the Kings, besides Kings fans, obviously. And that will be the one that you would like to probably see. Now, I know they got Trey Young. That means Russell Westbrook won't be a starter. I thought that he possibly be fine with that because he was a guy that came off the bench for the Denver Nuggets. It was mainly to see if he can win a ring before his career was over. Now, I don't think Washington is a team that can win it all. I do think that they're a team that's going in a better direction than what they were last year. And I do feel like they're going to be more competitive this year and probably the next couple years, as long as they keep Anthony Davis, Trey Young, and AJ together with a good supporting cast. They should be able to knife through the East pretty easily to get a playoff spot. But Russ probably felt that going to that team, accepting a lesser role, accepting lesser money, just wasn't worth it at this point. You know what I mean? Because um, that will be a team that he can still get minutes for and still help them win. And you would think that at this age and how he's been playing the last couple of seasons, that that's all you can really want as a veteran player. Let me help a team that wants me, that think I can do those things for them, and still try to help them win basketball games and show them that I can still influence winning. But Russ chose to go, in a different direction. For those that don't know, Russell Westbrook entered the league as the number fourth pick in the 2008 NBA draft. He was selected soon to the Oklahoma City Thunder. He finished his career averaging 26 rebounds and 8 assists. He wasn't really known as the greatest decision maker or the greatest passer. He became a double digit assist guy mid and late in his career, being able to use his speed, his quickness, and his IQ to be able to make good decisions and sometimes forced or rushed decisions that led to turnovers. But he was a guy that you could put the ball in his hands. Either he was going to pass it, score it, or give it up to somebody else that can handle the ball and get their own shot and do similar things and make similar decisions. And that's what a point guard is supposed to do. You know, his rebounding was elite for his position, though, and that allowed him to lead the NBA history in triple doubles before he retired. Obviously, that's a hard and difficult thing to do because people know that's what you want to do each and every game. And he was just good enough to continue to do it. Now, people say he was stealing rebounds and he was really just going out there collecting them just to stat pad. I mean, it's still hard to do it, and it's still hard knowing that that's what he wants to do. So that's all you got to stop him from doing. And sometimes he'll get a rebound and be a one man fast break. And sometimes he'll get a rebound and just reset the offense because he got to bring the ball up and opportunities went away because instead of him running in transition, he chose to get a rebound. So it's pros and cons to it, is basically what I'm saying. He has the most triple doubles in NBA history with 209. Westbrook broke Oscar Robertson's long-standing mark of 181 triple doubles that was recorded in 2021 was when he was able to make the record his own. He did end up recording his 182nd triple double to claim that record outright. So, you know, he ended up becoming one of the greatest to ever do it because he was also a top 75 player um, be- before he even retired. So we knew he was going to be a Hall of Famer. That was without a doubt. That was one of the most important things in his career is to be appreciated and recognized as one of the greatest players ever. And it was fun because I did go to Cleveland to see the top 75 players, to see him get his recognition and see him get his credit for all the work he put in and for all the success he done had in the NBA. You know, he played basketball at the highest level, had a lot of success. It is sad that Russell Westbrook is going to retire without a ring, but that's how it can go and that's how it can be. Russell Westbrook also spent 11 seasons with the Oklahoma City Thunder, where he made a big name and a big brand for himself. Over there, that's where his career started. That's where he's going to be remembered the most from. And he did also win one of the toughest things to do, which was an NBA regular season MVP. And that ended up happening in 2017 following the departure of Kevin Wayne Durant. Russell Westbrook teamed with Durant and James Harden to lead the Oklahoma City Thunder to a Western Conference title in 2012 before they ended up losing to the Miami Heat. So he did have a chance to compete for a championship. It just didn't go the way that he thought that it would or they thought it would. And they came up a little short, losing that one in five. Other than that, um, he ended up just deciding that it's just time to let these things go. He did end up playing for the Lakers because he's born in California, so he did ended up doing that. That didn't also go as well as he liked. He made some stops to Houston, the Wizards, and obviously Denver and Sacramento. It kept him around. It kept him playing. Kept him um, happy for those moments and those chances that he was able to play with some different players. He also played for the Clippers, where he was able to play with Kawhi Leonard, his buddy James Harden, and Paul George, and other guys as well. That was a lineup that a lot of people felt was really good and they should have some type of success. That didn't really work out. After the regular season, they got outed very early in the playoffs, and that blew up right in front of their face because you would think that they had enough talent to make a run and at least, you know, have a chance to scare some people in the playoffs. And that was very, very quickly ended as well. But other than that, Russell Westbrook, one of the greatest to do it, one of the best players of this generation, an icon for the game. He was able to dress and wear and do whatever he wanted. And everybody loved him, especially in Oklahoma City, for his personality, for his talent, for how hard he played, how hard he worked, going from a guy that you just didn't know what he was going to be to becoming one of the best point guards in NBA history and players in general. And at the end of the day, it was fun watching him because, like I said, I grew up in this era, so I seen every single game. I watched basically every single game of him, and he did evolve. He did get better. He did change. He did find other things to do to impact winning to the best of his ability. And that's one thing you couldn't say about him, that he wasn't going to come to play. I think we all agree to that. We all like the fact that he was that way. And he played with a lot of Hall of Famers and a lot of great players. He had a lot of chances, to win something significant when it came to the playoffs, and it just didn't go his way. And just getting one finals berth is just tough. That's a tough pill to swallow. You're so good, you're so confident, you always bring your A game, but to only compete for one championship for your entire career, sad, but it just shows you how hard it is to win one and how hard it is to get to the NBA Finals. Russell Westbrook has several opportunities to have the talent that's required to be able to compete for them, and even then they feel short. Time and time again for whatever the reason is, because it depends on the team and it depends on the situation. All of them was different. So other than that, comment, like, subscribe, and share. Hit the notification bell to get the analysis when it first comes out. Y'all stay blessed up. Y'all stay good. Peace. I'll see y'all later today with more analysis if anything happens or anything breaks. Other than that, see y'all when I see y'all. And other than that, y'all stay blessed.